Hi, and welcome to the Travel Boss. Today's video is about the top 10 things to do in Naples. Naples is a great city to discover. The city in the south of Italy initially exudes chaos in everything from filthy streets to the traffic, but beautiful museums and churches are often hidden behind the facades of the dilapidated buildings. You can easily spend several days visiting all the sites because not only famous places such as Pompeii, Herculaneum, and the Naples Underground are worth seeing, but the city of Naples offers you much more than that. The city's history is so closely linked to the present that unique landmarks can be found in several places in the city. In addition, we have another special tip in the description, more about this later. Let's get started. Number 10. Pompeii. The excavations of the archaeological area of Pompeii are one of the most famous attractions of Naples in Italy. It was a place that was located near the volcano of Mount Vesuvius. In AD 79, the volcano erupted and covered the city with volcanic ash. Many people died and the city fell into oblivion. Until the 18th century, when efforts were made to remove the city from the ash layer. Today, Pompeii is thriving for tourism, historians, and archaeologists. Number 9. Visit Mount Vesuvius. Classified as a stratovolcano, Mount Vesuvius dominates the skyline and landscape surrounding Naples and is a legendary volcano that famously erupted in 79 AD and caused the destruction and burial of Pompeii and Herculaneum. Vesuvius stands as the only volcano in mainland Europe that has erupted in the last 100 years. It is considered extremely dangerous due to the number of human settlements that are situated in its danger zone. Today, you can take a bus tour from Naples to visit this magnificent natural phenomenon and climb up its slopes to peer into the crater. Number 8. Gesù Nuovo. Gesù Nuovo, also known as the New Jesus, is one of the most important churches and also the most beautiful church in Naples. The church is called Gesù Nuovo to distinguish the basilica from the ancient Church of Jesus. It was built in 1584 in the order of Prince Salerno Roberto Sanseverino. Today, the Gesù Nuovo owes its popularity to the overwhelming interior, many frescoes, colorful gardens, and decorated rooms. The church became the leading example of the Neapolitan Renaissance and Baroque. Number 7. Monastery of Santa Chiara. The Monastery Complesso Monumentale di Santa Chiara was built in the 14th century by the order of King Robert of Anjou and his wife Sancha of Majorca. Today, the church still has the same Gothic style. It has a simple facade with an old rose window and lacework, and it is above all the place where the King of Naples and Sicily is buried. You will find frescoes depicting scenes from the Old Testament in Complesso Monumentale di Santa Chiara. There is also a museum with several treasures from Roman times. Number 6. Capodimonte Museum and Park. Capodimonte, a little further from the city center, is a beautiful park with excellent views of the city. The Capodimonte area covers about 134 hectares of land. In the past, it was mainly used for hunting, but today Real Bosco di Capodimonte is used for escaping the city or for a relaxing walk. The highlight is the surprising Museo di Capodimonte, with important works of art by Italian painters like Michelangelo, Raphael, and Titian, but also exhibitions of old weapons, beautiful rooms, and changing exhibitions. Number 5. Piazza del Plebiscito and Palazzo Reale. Piazza del Plebiscito is the largest square in Naples. The construction of the square was in the name of Joachim Murat, who was king of Naples from 1808 to 1815. Murat was the brother-in-law of Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte. Attractions on this semicircular square are the beautiful Palazzo Reale di Napoli and the Royal Palace, which is worth a visit. On the other side of the square is the Church San Francesco de Paolo, which was built after the example of the Pantheon in Rome. On the square, you can see two statues, Statua di Carlo I di Borbone and Statua di Fernando I di Borbone. Undoubtedly the main square in Naples, the Piazza del Plebiscito, features the Royal Palace and the Basilica Royal, and is a truly fantastic place to visit. Number 4. San Domenico Maggiore. Another of the beautifully decorated churches in Naples, the San Domenico Maggiore was founded by Dominican friars and was constructed in 1324. The church is located in the center of the old town of Naples near the university and the Dante metro stop. Whilst the exterior of the structure is not particularly impressive, the interior is the real treat. Full of Renaissance artwork, sculptures, and decoration, the church is hugely opulent. The paneled ceiling is gilded with gold, and the high altar is also a stunning masterpiece. Furthermore, there is also a treasure chamber that contains a plethora of religious artifacts, clothing, accessories, and other trinkets. Number 3. Castel dell'Ovo. As you enter the port at Naples, you will undoubtedly see this stunning seabound castle. Once an island, the land that the castle stands on is now connected to the mainland and is accessible by a footpath and road. As the oldest remaining fortification in Naples, the Castel dell'Ovo was constructed in the early 6th century BC, and some form of defensive structure has stood ever since. The castle is open to the public, and it is a fantastic structure to explore. Walk through the passageways and arches, and look out into the Mediterranean Sea. You can also find several exhibits of art and displays about the history of the castle. Number 2. Castel Nuovo Naples. In the 13th century, King Charles I of Anjou moved the capital from Palermo to Naples. With a change of the capital, of course, came a new castle. He ordered to build of Castel Nuovo, which means new castle. In the 15th century, the castle was extensively renovated to its present form after it was conquered by the King of Aragon. Today, you will find in the west wing of the castle the Museo Civico. This moderate and too pricey museum, €6, mainly consists of a few paintings of the castle, where it will also be noticeable that the sober castle has not been very well maintained. For an extra €10, you can also admire the Hall of the King, the prison, and the view from the top with a guided tour. If you want to visit the castle, you have to book online via this website. It is enough to take a picture of the imposing exterior of the castle. Number 1. Naples Cathedral. Dating as far back as the 13th century, the Cathedral of Duomo is a magnificent structure and stands as the main church in Naples and indeed in southern Italy. Located on the Via Duomo, the cathedral is accessible via the Museo metro stop, but also has a regular bus service that passes the front facade. This religious building combines a myriad of styles, including Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque. This is due to the restorations and changes that have been made since its creation. Inside, the main nave is framed by a series of huge columns, and the decoration is simply beautiful. Don't forget to visit the immaculately decorated Chapel of San Gennaro, which features a finely decorated altar and 2 vessels containing the saint's blood. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.